Delicious.
Good afternoon. We are 1 hour 57 minutes away from Triple Game Week 35 deadline. This one is going to be mental as I put on some Coldplay. I need some Coldplay to help me think, What is going on? I got to be honest, any rubbish about fake injuries, I'm just going to ban people. So let's not start off in that way. Unless you've seen something I've missed. I think Bruno Fernandes is absolutely fine. He's ready to start limited minutes and probably get outscored by Salah and whoever else this weekend. But we'll see. Hang on. Am I in place? Already some super chats in. Here's something I would say for some super chats. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. Because I'm doing this because that I mean this, and then into 36 it means this. I can't process that. I'm not clever enough. How's it going anyway? I gotta be honest, today has been mental. A mad day. I think I've got my free hit pretty much locked in though. I'm quite happy with it. New Coldplay out today, is that right? It's actually Oasis right now. Oasis / Coldplay, that's this. My small free hit headache, Calvert-Lewin and Zaha or Lacazette and Eze. For me, that's I feel like that's so easy. I feel like Calvert-Lewin and Zaha by a mile. By a mile, I'm going to say. Bench headache, Son versus Saka and Holding versus Veltman. Yeah, I mean, Neil wasn't very confident about Holding starting twice. But if he gets the West Brom game, it could be good. I'd probably just start Holding and Saka. I don't like benching double gaming players, but he might not play because they just played in Europe. Maybe Son and Holding. I'll bring the free hit team in just a minute ago. I'll bring it up in just a sec. Nihao, Son to Greenwood and Saka to Zaha for -4, 10 double game weekers plus Kane. I mean, those moves sound good. I mean, I've got nothing. Obviously, I prefer Greenwood to Son this week, and I do prefer Zaha to Saka, although, I mean, I guess Saka does blank next week and might only start once. It's not bad, as long as it doesn't screw you over for next week. And that's going to be the theme, I think. How does it screw you over for next week? All right, let's bring the free hit team up. So this is it. This is with most money spent, I think. I'm not planning some weird and wacky change to the team at the end of the day. I've got 0.1 million in the bank. I had to go for double game weekers on the bench for obvious reasons, because why wouldn't I make it look as cool as possible, even though it makes absolutely no difference. Yeah, this is it. I I think it's kind of similar to what I had in the free hit video. Right now I've got Schmeichel in goal instead of Guaita. I feel like Newcastle at home is a good chance of a clean sheet, and then if Man United are going to rotate heavily, it's going to be the Leicester game. Guaita has really good fixtures, but he's not playing for a good team. I don't mind him. Like, for example, if Zaha was not fit, I would have gone to Castagna and I would just go back to Guaita in goal. So I don't mind him. But out of the two, I'm going to go for Schmeichel. I can't afford Rashford. I could afford Rashford if I went Zaha to Castagna, but the only reason people all of a sudden like Rashford is he didn't start last night. I don't think it necessarily means that Greenwood doesn't start Villa, but maybe I'm wrong on that. Maybe I'm wrong. But I'm pretty set. I'm pretty set on this team. I don't think it's going to change unless there's injury news. Like, Zaha's a bit annoying because Hodgson apparently got asked about him and didn't. It's in the embargoed section, which we won't find out about until after the deadline. But when Hodgson said about injured players, he didn't mention Zaha. So I'm hoping he's okay. Be a bit annoying for Smith Rowe to come in, to be honest. Pick a pair: Mane and Greenwood, Vardy and Greenwood, or Vardy and Rashford. Probably Vardy and Rashford. Like, I do. If I had the money spare in the bank, I probably would get Rashford because he seems like he's guaranteed to start the Villa game. But I don't necessarily think it means he gets more minutes than Greenwood this week. But yeah, if I had the money, I probably would go for Rashford, but I don't, so I'm not. I think Greenwood's fine. If Greenwood lets you do something interesting with the cash, I would still go for him, I think. Rudiger to Shaw for -4. Was planning to bench Rudiger for the rest of the season and have Trent Maguire. I'm not so. I mean, Shaw's going to get 2 starts, you'd think, and he is very attacking. From -4. I don't think Shaw plays 3. I don't think most of them play 3. I think there's a chance that Rudiger starts twice, and if he does, there's a chance at 2 clean sheets. If you're going to bench him anyway, then you're putting more money into that position that you were going to bench. I would be tempted to hold, as tempting as it is to make the move. Risky of Iheanacho rotation ahead of the FA Cup final, not very high, I would say. I think Leicester will want to win that match. Pickford, Forster, Wan-Bissaka, Rudiger, Sofal, Struijk, Holding, Salah, 2 free chips, no chip suggestions. I mean, I don't know. You got no chips, so what's the plan for next week? You've got, I mean, who are you looking to get rid of? Who are you looking to bring in? I got to be honest. I don't really want to look through someone's team and try and figure out their transfer plan. You know, I've always said that all along. Most of the players you got are fine. Like, I don't even know. I don't think your team doesn't look like it needs two transfers this week. Like, you've got most of the doublers anyway, and most of the single game week players you got are really good ones, like Son and Kane. That's actually tricky, to be honest. I would be tempted to move a. Oh, I don't even know. I don't know. I'd be tempted to move a defender on potentially. Just help yourself out for 36, maybe. Your team looks pretty good for the double. I'm trying to think who you've haven't got. Like Jota to Greenwood, I'm not sure. I think your team looks pretty good, to be honest. It'd be easier to know if you had an idea, you know, what, and I could give a second opinion on it. Play Forster or Leno in 35? Probably Leno, I think. What to do in 36? Personally, I think if you're happy with Leno for the rest of the season, you just play Forster and hope he starts. And he's not guaranteed not to start. Dallas, Cody or Veltman in attack. Oh, sorry. Dallas, Cody or Veltman. So Veltman's got Wolves, Cody's got Brighton, and Dallas has got... Not Dallas, I don't think. I'd probably play Cody because he's at home. Either Lingard or Bamford. Probably Lingard just because of the fixture. I want to bring Greenwood. Who out of Jota or Maddison can be sold? Yeah, I mean... I think Maddison's going to start twice and Jota's going to start once, but Jota is a better pick for the rest of the season, in my opinion. So I think if you're absolutely sold on getting Greenwood and it has to be Jota or Maddison, I think I'd sell Maddison and wouldn't be completely happy about it. Basically, Maddison's better this week, in my opinion, and Jota's better for the rest of the season. Bench Lingard to play Nat Phillips. Yeah, I think I would, yeah. Can't decide on who to captain, Greenwood or Salah. Yeah, look, I would think of Man United players as double game weekers and then see if that changes your decision. I mean, Greenwood could get 2 starts plus minutes. Is that better than Salah? Not necessarily. For me, like, I try and be sensible and rational, but when it comes to a potential triple game week, I can't look past it. So I know I would go Greenwood, but I think Salah is is a really top option as well. I think if you try and forget that Man United got 3 fixtures, then see if that changes your opinion on them, basically. It probably will for a lot of people. John, thank you very much. Sarthak, whom should I play, Dallas or Dunk? Dunk's got a better fixture. Play 5 in midfield, or 3 up front. So basically, who to bench out of these 8. So you're not benching Bruno. These are, again, one of those questions. You're not benching Bruno. You're not benching Greenwood. You're not benching Calvert-Lewin, Iheanacho, Salah, or Zaha. So really, it's Jota versus Watkins. I'd probably bench Jota. Start Lloris or Sanchez. So Leeds or Wolves, or take a -4 for Henderson. I wouldn't take a -4, I don't think. I'd probably play Sanchez. Mitchell or Lingard. I just don't know if Mitchell's going to start twice. I'd probably play Lingard. If we knew that Mitchell was going to start twice, I'd play him. I'm going to say Lingard. Bench Watkins or Kane? Kane. Greenwood for captain, go for it. Yeah, I mean, I like Man United captains in general. Yeah, if you're not going to go for Liverpool, Mendy and Lindelof or Forster and Maguire. To get Maguire, I have to downgrade Mendy. I'd probably just go for Lindelof. Maguire's still got a chance to start 3 games. I think. I don't think Lindelof will, but you save a bit of money. You get Mendy instead of Forster. Happy days. Worth getting Luca Dean for Rudiger as Game Week 36 cover. Possibly, but if that's for a hit, you could just do the transfer next week. If it's for free, yeah, don't mind it. Max, how's it going? Play Saka or Lingard. Mendy over Martinez. Yeah, I would play Mendy over Martinez, I think. I mean, Martinez does get save points. He has got 2 fixtures, though. The defence is rubbish. I think Mendy, yeah, but Martinez is so annoying because if he gets 1 clean sheet, he could outscore Mendy with 1 clean sheet if Mendy even gets 2. That's what's so annoying about him. Probably Mendy for the clean sheets though. Saka or Lingard? I'd probably play Saka and just hope he plays minutes in both. Konza or Rudiger? Rudiger. I mean, Chelsea defenders are just better in general for clean sheets, and I mean, Konza has a bit more goal threat potentially, but I'd just back Rudiger. Any move I can do? Playing bench boost. 2 free transfers again. I mean, what are you thinking about doing? Help me out a little bit. I can't go through everyone's teams and think of their transfer plans. Trent, Shaw, Rudiger, Cody, Soyuncu. I mean, if you got bench boost, you're looking for double game week players, preferably, aren't you? So, I mean, again, I would probably go for a defender transfer with Cody maybe, or Lingard potentially. The rest of them have pretty much got doubles. Or Kane, you just wouldn't want to sell. So maybe Cody, 0.7 in the bank. So what's that, like 5 odd million? I can't even work out who you've got 2 of already. You could go for a Man United defender potentially, something like that. You don't necessarily need to use both your transfers, by the way, if that's going to hurt you for 36. Bruno aside, best triple captain option this week. I'd probably go Salah, and then I would probably go Iheanacho or Vardy. For -4, Vardy, Son, Neto. Vardy, Son, Neto to Greenwood, Rashford and Calvert-Lewin. For -4, Vardy, Son, Neto to Greenwood, Rashford and Calvert-Lewin. Greenwood, Bruno and Watkins. Oh my god, okay. So Greenwood, Rashford and Calvert-Lewin. Greenwood, Bruno and Watkins. Or Rashford, Bruno and Davis. I mean, if you have to play Davis, that's a non-starter for me. So it has to be one of the other 2. I'd probably rather have Bruno, I think. So I'll say the one with Watkins. There is a chance that Greenwood, Rashford and Calvert-Lewin outscores it, though. But I think I'd have to say the one with Fernandes. Oh, my God. I'm never keeping up with these. Bench Veltman or Rudiger? I'd play Rudiger. Even if Rudiger plays once, he could outscore Veltman. Veltman, Son and Vidra out for Luca Dean, Calvert-Lewin and Ralph. Ralph? Who's Ralph? It's not Rafinha. Ralph? Or is it Rafinha? Or Gundogan and -4. Don't need the latter this week. If that's Rafinha, he is training. He should be back for 36, and I like him from 36 onwards. So I'd say Rafinha. Great for this year, Waz. Thank you. Henderson. Is this a free hit? I take it. Henderson, Castagna, Shaw. Yeah. Look. Is that okay? I'd say that's probably not a free hit, but either way, it looks like it is. Apart from Jota and Pulisic, Gianni's quite big on Pulisic. If he starts both, he could be decent. I like that team, whether it's a free hit or not. I think the only thing I would say, if it's a free hit, I don't know about Jota. I mean, Jota and Pulisic, there's probably doubts over both, but Jota in particular may only play once. But you probably get minutes in both, right? I just seen some stuff in the chat, right, about Ollie has said Maguire's not playing 3 times. That is not what he said, right? There's a subtle difference, which I am not saying means he'll start 3 times. But he said I think he said the word impossible to play every minute, right? That's what he's done. He's literally played every single minute in the league since he started. That's not the same as saying he can't start 3 times. He could play 60, 60, 60, you know? I know it's unlikely because you don't want to waste subs on your centre-back, but he didn't say he couldn't start 3 times. He said he couldn't play every minute, and there is a little bit of a difference. But I will say it's massively clutching at straws. Sure could be better. Yeah, there you go. Rafinha and Vidra to Greenwood, Calvert-Lewin, or Zaha, Calvert-Lewin. I think Greenwood and Calvert-Lewin if you're fine for 36. Hart says Iheanacho. Brain says Salah, no Fernandes. I feel like Iheanacho is going to get the better United fixture. But yeah, good point. But also Salah versus Southampton's decent. I don't mind that way of thinking that Man United will rotate quite heavily against Leicester. It's not a bad shout, to be honest. I would go Salah, but that's just me. If you want to go Iheanacho, go for it. Iheanacho is not a bad pick this week at all. Like even Newcastle's a decent fixture, right? 2 free transfers. Got Maguire in. Do you think Jota starts 1? Yes, and probably Southampton more than Man United, which is better. I don't know if I would do Jota to Zaha. It's a tough one because Zaha will play and start when he's fit. Jota won't necessarily, but I just think Liverpool's fixtures are so good. I'd be tempted to just keep him. Got Greenwood and Fernandes. Yeah, I would potentially just roll the transfer. Nat Phillips and Bruno or Luka Dean and Rashford. Phillips and Bruno. Are 10 starting players okay for next game week? Yeah, and again, it's always quality over quantity. So if you've got 10 really good players, that's better than having 11 duds or 8 or 9 with a couple of duds, Danny, another quick pick a pair question. Daniel Rashford or Robertson and Greenwood? I mean, this was tough because I've pretty much got this. I've pretty much got this conundrum, I suppose, and I've gone Robertson and Greenwood. I just think Liverpool defence. I don't know. I mean, Castagna recently has been so attacking, and Robertson just hasn't. I mean, I'm biased because I've gone for Robertson and Greenwood, so I guess I have to stick with that, right? I'm not looking to swap. I do like Castagna. I mean, I've covered it with Schmeichel and goal, I suppose. I do like Castagna, and Rashford will definitely play Villa, you'd think, whereas Greenwood not necessarily. But I'm still going Robertson Greenwood. Bench one of Kane, Son, and Lingard. Lingard. Which do you think seems best? James, is that Reece James and Son to Maguire and Rashford? I guess it is. Or Zaha, or Mitchell and Bruno. Or to Mitchell and Bruno and play Lingard or save for transfer and just do James to Maguire. I mean, it all depends what you're going to be doing next week. I mean, keeping Son is not a bad ploy, to be honest. Or Mitchell and Bruno. I do like Mitchell and Bruno. Like, Reece James not going to start twice, is he? Or save a free transfer. I mean, James to Maguire seems fine to me. I mean, you get to keep Son. And if that helps you around 36, then I like it. Is Son, Kane, Neto to Calvert-Lewin, Fernandes, Zaha worth a -8? Although a bit worried about going without Son, Kane for the rest of the season. Yeah, I mean, you're getting rid of 3 players with 3 games for potentially, 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 games or like 6 games plus a bit extra. So it probably is worth a -8. And it could potentially be worth a hit or 2 to change it back next week. I would be tempted to do that, I think. But it is a massive call to get rid of your Spurs players. I think if you've got any doubt about not liking going without them next week, I would just keep them. Like, for a move like that, you've got to be entirely sure that you want to do it. And if you're not, I just wouldn't do it. I know. I mean, you could just do it with one. You could keep Kane, for example, and sell Son, or the other way around, maybe. It really depends how you want to play it for your own team. Veltman to Lindelof or Veltman to Konza. I would prefer Lindelof if you're okay for 36. If you need a player for 36, Konza plays there, and I would just go for him. But otherwise, Lindelof. Bruno, Eze, and Rudiger in for Son, Bowen, and Diaz -4. Yeah, I don't mind that at all. I think Rudiger, look, there is a chance he only starts 1. And he blanks in 36. So you need to keep that in mind. I also don't really rate Eze at all, but he is cheap. Diaz, could he start more games now for the rest of the season? Possibly. Son's decent. I don't mind it. I'm just not a big fan of Eze, to be honest. Greenwood or Rashford for a 1-week punt? Rashford, if it has to be one only. Wait, where's this gone now? McCarthy AML. Who's AML? McCarthy AML and Tierney. Maitland-Niles, to Forster, Maguire and Lindelof. Exact money for -8 worth it. Need to play bench boost. I mean, for a bench boost, that sounds quite nice. The only thing I would say is there's no guarantee that Forster plays and McCarthy doesn't. So I don't know if you need to make that part of the move. And Maitland-Niles can't play against Arsenal anyway. And Tierney, I mean, he did play, so he should be fine. I quite like that. Although Tierney could play twice, maybe. I still like it though. I don't think you need to make the goalkeeper change. Feeling blue and can't be start. Punt on Havertz or Mount, or am I mad passing on Greenwood? I don't think you're mad. I don't think anyone's mad for not going for Man United players necessarily. There's plenty of ways to play this week. The only thing with Havertz and Mount is like Havertz could get benched in one of them, and I don't see Mount getting benched. But if Havertz plays, he's playing as a number 9. I think Havertz is the punt. Mount is a bit safer. I mean, I do think Greenwood's better than both, if that helps. But I don't think you're mad for not going for it. Worth doing Cody to a double game week defender for a hit? Yes, depending on who the double game week defender is and if it helps you longer term. I don't think Wolves are much to worry about going forward. Size to Lindelof or Coleman. I think Lindelof, again, as long as you can get through 36, because Coleman I just don't think he's guaranteed to start. Lindelof should get 2 starts. Son Vidra for Zaha, Calvert-Lewin. Or Kane, J. Lings for Bruno, Calvert-Lewin. I mean, it all comes down to who do you want. Like next week, if you've not got Kane in your team, how are you going to feel? If you're going to feel bad, do the Son move. If you're not, I do prefer to have Bruno, but he blanks in 36, whereas Zaha doesn't. So Zaha and Calvert-Lewin is kind of nice because you get 2 players with 2 good fixtures this week and a good fixtures next week. So if you're going to be completely screwed next week, I would just do that. If you've got a captain you're happy with. And it means you don't have to get rid of Kane. I kind of prefer the first one, to be honest. Bench boost for game week 37. We're not even through 35 yet. Forster Leeds, Lingard West Brom, Zaha Arsenal, Nacho Chelsea. Nacho. Who's Nacho? Oh, Ian Nacho. Or use it 35. Forster double, Lingard Everton, Son Leeds, Dallas Spurs. I feel like chicken tonight. I feel like now is better. Just about. Plus, the other thing is, I don't think there's much in it. And if I had the preference, I'd always play the bench booster sooner, because what if you get to 37 and you've got a bunch of injuries or something you've got to play around with? I'd be tempted to play it this week, I think. Son to Greenwood, Vidra to Calvert-Lewin. Son to Greenwood, Vidra to Calvert-Lewin, and DS to Maguire or Shaw. Yeah, I mean, I'm on Maguire because I'm still hoping for 3 starts. Realistically, Shaw is a better option. The only thing is Maguire's guaranteed minutes even after this, whereas Shaw's always got that slight chance of missing out every now and again, especially like end of the season when we've got Europa League coming around the corner. So I like Maguire, but if they get the same minutes, Shaw is the better option. Calvert-Lewin for Cavani, Luka Dean in for Rudiger, 4-point hit. Gives me 11 for 36. Like it. Yeah, like it. I think Calvert-Lewin definitely starts twice. Cavani, I'm not so sure. If he does though, Cavani's great, but yeah, I quite like it. I mean, you're taking out 2 double game week players, but a 4-point hit and then you get them for 36 is not the end of the world. They're good fixtures. I don't mind it. I don't necessarily think you need to do Rudiger to Luka Dean though. Vardy to Benteke, triple captain, time to attack the fixtures. Andreas, good luck. That's all I say. Bruno or Rashford for triple captain. Bruno, Son to Eze, Ward Prowse, El Ghazi, Mendy to Henderson, or save the -4. I don't think you need to do a Son downgrade to afford a Mendy. No wait, sorry. Yeah, I don't. If you're doing that just to do, I don't know if you need the money. I wouldn't do Mendy to Henderson. I wouldn't do Son to any of those players either. I don't think. Save the -4. As Azpilicueta to Maguire. Oh, the best for slippers. Azpilicueta to Maguire for a hit. No, I don't think so. Azpilicueta could start twice, could he? Possibly. I don't think I would do that. I mean, only if you really want to like attack the triple and hope he starts 3 times. But I don't know. I don't think there's too much in that. Reasons for double United attack over double defence, because ultimately there's going to be rotation, and I think with attackers, even if Greenwood started twice then came on for 30 minutes, he can do something in that 30 minutes. A defender can't, so that's why I've done it. Triple Liverpool because it's Liverpool, like one of the best teams in the league, really good first fixture. Play Man United, which could be tight, double defence, happy days. I mean, honestly, there's a few players that I'm kind of questioning a little bit, but triple Man United and triple Liverpool is not those 6 players are nailed. So's Iheanacho and so's Calvert-Lewin. So I've got like 8 players nailed. It's only the rest of them that I'm even slightly doubting. Lewis, how's it going? Henderson and Zaha, Guaita and Greenwood on a free hit. I mean, you're back in. I'd probably go Guaita and Greenwood, I think. Yeah, Guaita and Greenwood. Phillips and Rashford or Robertson and Greenwood. Robertson and Greenwood, yeah. I don't think the difference between Rashford and Greenwood is that great. I do think the difference between Phillips and Robertson is. -12 worth it. Lingard to Greenwood, Lucas Moura to Zaha, Vidra to Watkins, Kane to Calvert-Lewin. Again, all comes down to how you're going to feel about Kane next week. I'm going to be pretty happy to have Kane back in my side, but I don't have to. I'm not worried about it because of the free hit, obviously. With hits, right, there's a few people asking about them. This is a not ideal situation, which we only found about last minute. Then we find out there's a triple game week, and we haven't had time to react. Like if you've not got the free hit, so if you have to take if you have to take a few hits to sort your team out, I don't think it's the end of the world. Like Lucas Moura, whatever, yeah, get rid of him. Vidra, not guaranteed to start. Lingard to Greenwood, Kane to Calvert-Lewin. That sounds all right to me. Again, as long as it's okay for next week. SON, thanks. Spoonhead, thank you. Thoughts on Leno getting rotated? Could happen, yeah. Backup is Forster. I mean, Leno's not going to miss 2 games. I don't think I would sell Leno for a hit, but you could. Maybe Pickford. Someone like that who's got a game next week as well. If you wanted to sell Leno, I'd probably go Pickford. Double game week, followed by Sheffield United, followed by Wolves. Happy days. -8 for Leno, Azpilicueta, Cody, Jota, Guaita, Maguire, Phillips, Greenwood. Yeah, I mean, you're taking out 3 double game week players, but they could all just play once, I guess. Again, I like it if you're okay for 36, because you're bringing in Maguire and Greenwood who don't play in 36. Can't believe I'm thinking about this. Thoughts on McTominay over Son? Nah, no. I mean, I'm all for playing double game week over single game players, but I think I'd play Son ahead of McTominay. Yeah. Thoughts on Cavani? Not sure how many minutes he gets. I think he only starts 1 of the next 3. Now, will he come on in the other ones? Possibly. I mean, he could get 130 minutes, 140 minutes over the next 3 fixtures. Easy Europa League final, hopefully. Greenwood or Salah captain. I would go Greenwood, but I think a lot of people go Salah, and I wouldn't fight him too hard on it, to be honest. Oh my god, there's so many questions. Who would have thought it on a triple game week? We've still got an hour and a half to go as well. Maguire, Trent, Luka Dean, or Maguire, Trent. Okay, so it's basically Luka Dean versus Castagna. I think Castagna's better. We've been debating this in the Patreon Slack channel today. I just think Everton could concede in both, whereas I think Castagna's got a good chance of not conceding in the first one and maybe even in the second game. So I'm going to say Castagna. Jota, Cody, Button out for Zaha, Nat Phillips and Guaita for -8. Already got Maguire and using my bench boost this week. Yeah, I like those transfers for a bench boost, to be honest. Yeah. How to save $1 million in your current team? Are you trying to copy my current team by any chance? I mean, you'd have to downgrade someone, right? Vardy probably. Vardy to Watkins, something like that. I wouldn't necessarily copy it though. I mean, it's not like guaranteed points, you know. Kane holding out for Calvert and Trent advisable. As a combo, I think Trent and Calvert-Lewin are better. Yeah, again, same stipulation. How are you going to feel next week when you don't have Kane? Excuse me, drink some water, man. Rafinha to Greenwood or Son to Fernandes? Son to Fernandes, I think. Cody out for which £5.2 million defender that doubles? Lindelof maybe? Man United? I'm trying to think. There ain't too many others. Like Fofana's, he keeps coming off too early for my liking. Who else doubles? Chelsea. I don't think I'd want to bring Rudiger in, even though I've said I wouldn't necessarily take him out. Lindelof, Nat Phillips. If you want to go cheap, depends what you can do with that money, right? Coleman, Holgate versus Lindelof. Again, Lindelof I think is the better option if you can get past Game Week 36 without any issues. Otherwise, I would just go Holgate. I don't think Coleman's completely nailed. Play Ben White or Cody or take another hit. It depends who you would bring in, but I'd probably play Cody. Calvert-Lewin instead of Wood, but have to change Mendy for Foster for -8. Calvert-Lewin instead of Wood. I don't know what you mean. Oh, to get Calvert-Lewin in for Wood, you have to change Mendy for Forster for -8. No, I don't think so. I don't think I would do that. I need Son to Eze/Agazi to afford Vidra to Calvert-Lewin. Yeah, the problem was with El Ghazi, like Grealish might be back for the second fixture, and if he is, El Ghazi probably drops out. So it's probably Eze. I don't really rate him, but I guess out of those two, yeah. Play one, Holding, Burn or Dawson. Yeah, Dawson. I get the LOL. I'd probably just play Holding. Cody to Lindelof for a hit, Lingard to Zaha for a hit, or save the hits and play Lingard and Kane and go only 2 Man United players. So if you do Lingard to Zaha, you're going to bench Kane, and it's a hit. I would probably just play Kane. Greenwood or Maguire, captain Greenwood. Duncan, Son. Oh, you'll need a beer after this. I will. I'm not even drinking at the moment either. Although I did last weekend. Dunk and Son to Shaw and Zaha or Greenwood. Greenwood again, if you can cope with 36. -4 for Kane to Calvert-Lewin, another -4 next week to bring Kane back in. If it's for Calvert-Lewin, I don't think that's worth it. You're basically banking that Calvert-Lewin this week scores 8 more points than Kane with 1 extra fixture. If you're just reversing the same transfer, I'm not sure I would do it. If you're going to keep Calvert-Lewin and transfer someone else back out for Kane, then possibly, yeah. Son and Davis to Zaha and Calvert-Lewin -4. Yeah, I like that. We'll only have 9 for next week. We're going to have to take another -4 to get 11. Nah, I still like it though. You're getting 2 extra fixtures this week. Davis doesn't even play, does he? You had 2 extra fixtures for -4 and then -4 to get another 2 fixtures next week. I think that's fine. I've got Cavani swap for a different Man United player. If it's a free hit, yes. If it's not, I'd be tempted just to hold him and play him and hope. I've just seen your super chat, Owen. Thanks for all the super chats, by the way. I'm reading the chat as well, like the all the standard chat too. Sorry. Where am I? I'm losing my place. I have Mount, Maddison, Fernandes, Lingard, and Son. Do I replace Mount or Maddison for Ward-Prowse? Or do I just bring in Bale instead? I would just play Mount and Maddison. I wouldn't bring in Ward-Prowse and I wouldn't bring in Bale either. You could bring in Bale next week, but Maddison and Mount have both got 2 fixtures. Would you not just keep them and then just get Bale next week? That's what I would do anyway. Owen, to help with the Fernandes disappointment, thank you very much. In the back of my mind, I am thinking like I should just probably go Salah, but I just can't resist it. 3 games, I don't care. If he only plays twice and doesn't even come on in the other one, at least I can say I tried, in a triple game week. We've not had one since 2009. I'm all over it. I am all over it. Zaha, Robertson, or Vardy, Castagna on a free hit. I think Vardy and Castagna, to be honest. Will you bench boost as well this week? That's impossible. You can only use 1 chip a week in a week. Thoughts on Martinelli? Only have 4.9. Probably one of the best options for 4.9. Not guaranteed to start twice, but I'm trying to think. 4.9. I mean, Jorginho's 4.7. Like you're scraping the barrel, really. For what it's worth, Neil on Fantasy Football Scout has Martinelli starting this week. That's in his prediction. So that could be pretty big, right? Play Kane or Jota. I'd probably play Jota. Just hope he starts twice. Zaha out for Greenwood -4. I wouldn't do that, no. You need a beer after this question overload. Thank you very much. I already read that one, didn't I? Triple Man United attack. Which 3 out of Greenwood, Cavani, Rashford and Bruno? Not Cavani. I just think there's better attackers. He's not guaranteed minutes. The other ones are guaranteed. I think they're guaranteed more minutes. Take a second hit for Vardy to Calvert-Lewin. No, I would just keep Vardy. Thoughts on Kabak over Lindelof? 5 million to spend. The one thing I would say about I think Kabak is just a better option, to be honest. Because if you can't go to like Robertson or Trent, because this week I think Lindelof starts twice. So does Kabak if he's fit. And then they've got better fixtures, probably, just about. So I'd probably go Kabak. Nikolai, thank you. 7.8 million for Zaha or Sigurdsson or someone else. I would go Zaha. Paul, have 2 for transfers. Warriors, blank game at 36. Have 2. Arsenal, Man United, Leicester. Help. Well, I don't know what your team is. So what transfers are you thinking of doing? I mean, have you got 2 from each of those teams, or just 2 Arsenal plus 1 Man United, 1 Leicester? I mean, you've got 6 players, so you could just use 1 transfer this week to kind of help out with 36 in some way, like Everton, Villa, or something like that. And then next week you just take a hit or 2. It's not the end of the world. I mean, we're in this weird situation where we haven't had much time to... When I say we haven't had much time to plan, I mean we haven't had confirmed news until this week. So if you're in a tricky situation, a few hits is not the end of the world to sort out 35 and 36. Thinking of doing holding to ward to make use of the free transfer and carry 2. Most boring ever. Fozzie, that is right up there, yes. But it could be great. Zaha for Lingard this game, but I have 4 players already that are going to be blank at 36, so is it wise to save my transfer? Probably, yeah. He would have played Son, Kane or Rudiger in the start 11. Yeah, I probably wouldn't. I'm struggling to take a hit or not. Already got Maguire for free, no Bruno, so Bruno for Son or Zaha for Jota Lingard for a hit. I mean, Bruno for Son for 1 hit is not a bad move at all, right? Again, depending on 36, depending on whether you want to reverse the transfer, etc. But I don't think a -4 to do Son to Bruno in a potential triple game week is bad. Yanks, thank you. Good to see you. Sidiko. Vardy's Cavalier to fund Lingard to Fernandes and captain Bruno. If you're going to captain him, then yes. I've seen a few people thinking about getting rid of Vardy. I don't think it's an awful decision if you need the money, to be honest with you. It's not great taking out double game week players that are definitely going to play, but you know what? Sometimes it is what it is. Lingard to El Ghazi for a -8. No way. No way. Start Leno or Martinez. I'll probably start Martinez, to be honest, mate. Lingard to Zaha. Will Lacazette and Mitchell play? Mitchell will probably get at least 1. I don't know about 2. Lacazette, probably the same. But the thing with Lacazette is you want the West Brom game, and I don't know if you can guarantee that. But he only came on for 15 minutes, so you might get it. Lingard to Zaha. I like that as a move in isolation for this week. Obviously, it depends on then your rest of your plans for the rest of the season. Oh my God, I've already got a tickly throw. We're not even an hour through. Captain Henderson, goalkeeper, Shaw or Greenwood? Greenwood. Play Bamford, Dallas or Smith Rowe? Let's go for Smith Rowe. Let's go for a punt. He plays West Brom. Happy days. Bamford to Calvert-Lewin or Lingard to Greenwood. Already have 2 United. Thing is, Bamford's got good fixtures from next week. So does Lingard, though. I think I'll get rid of Lingard first. Start holding Rudiger or Lingard. Rudiger. I've got Son and Lingard. Who should I pick? Son. Smith Rowe or Son. Not sure. Smith Rowe plays twice. Yeah, I'd probably play Son in that case. Nazar, thank you very much for becoming a member. John, thoughts? Game week 35. Game week 35. McCarthy, Mitchell, Maguire triple captain. Wow, Maguire triple captain for real. Good luck. I'd love that to pay off. Wan-Bissaka, Saka, Fernandes, Salah, Jota, Havertz, Iheanacho, Cavalier, no hits. Sounds good. Alternatives for Havertz plus 2.4 million. That's around 10 million. Isn't it? I think double game week players, you're kind of scraping the barrel a bit. Maybe Rashford, but you've already got 3 Man United. Would you not just play Havertz rather than take a hit? Game week 36 free hit. Yeah, I like it. I don't know about 10 million on a player with a double game week. I mean, I would just probably play Havertz. Jota, J-Lings, and Diaz for Greenwood, Sofal, Keane. Oh, Jota or Lingard. Probably Lingard and Diaz for Greenwood and Sofal, Keane. I mean, Keane is the obvious one, but I don't know if he's going to play twice. I kind of assume he probably will. He was fairly nailed, but it's not guaranteed. But I probably would risk it. Shaw holding for Fafana, Saka, Bruno, Iheanacho, 2 free transfers. Oh, I can't remember what the original question was. I have 2 free transfers. But you've got Shaw. I mean, if I was going to transfer out any of those players, Holding and Saka would probably be top of my list. Just because I don't know about rotation and the double. Holding for sure if you've got a bit of money to spend. Iheanacho, Bruno, Shaw, and probably Fafana, you just have to stick out and deal with them next week, even if it's for hits, I think. Holding Rudiger for Mitchell for blank planning. But would you not just do that next week, though? I'd rather just play Rudiger this week. If you have to use a transfer, then Holding to Mitchell maybe. But again, there's no guarantee Mitchell plays. Son and Kane for Salah and Cavani -4. I don't particularly like that because I just don't rate Cavani as a massive option this week. But Salah's great. Could you not go Calvert-Lewin maybe instead? Christos, thank you. Russell, how's it going? Son Vidra to Zaha, Calvert-Lewin. Sounds good. Son Bale back, game week 36. Sounds good. But could get Greenwood instead of Zaha. Sounds good. Trouble is with Greenwood, I need a -12 in 36. Yeah. If I went full team out -8 with Zaha, will Greenwood get +4 points? I'd probably just go Zaha, I think. Just because of the scenario you've laid out. Coleman or Target to play this week? Target, I think. And Mount or Madison? Madison. If you only need him for this. I mean, they're both blanking next week anyway. Free hit, Calvert-Lewin or Vardy, Zaha or Jota, Zaha, Robertson or Castagna, Robertson. Ian Actual, Salah captain, Salah. What about a -4 Kane to Calvert-Lewin? I don't particularly like it. Unless it's letting you fund something big, I just don't. I think you just want Kane back next week. Cody to Van Arnold or another Palace defender. The thing is with Palace is you just don't know who's... On the left, you don't know if it's going to be Van Arnold or Mitchell. You could go Ward. It's so uninspiring, though, to be honest with you. Joel Ward, that is. City Talks, how's it going? Captain Salah, Calvert-Lewin or Fernandes? Fernandes for me, I think. Need my captains come in already on a -12. I mean, I would go for... I've got all those players. I'm going Fernandes, so there you go. And Nazar playing bench boost. Son, Kane out for Calvert-Lewin and Salah. Or Son to Zaha and Cody to Maguire for -4, then -4 next week. I kind of like the second one, I think. I just don't know about getting rid of Son and Kane. But if you're going to captain Salah, then Calvert-Lewin and Salah captain sounds pretty good for Son and Kane. Again, as long as you're happy with not having them next week, etc., etc. Okay, where am I at? Okay, what's the thoughts on Lingard and so far out for Ward, Prowse and Shaw? I don't mind it, but I think Lingard and so far are two players you're probably going to want for the rest of the season. Like, Ward, I just don't really like Ward Prowse that much. I know he's cheaper on penalties, but if you don't get any penalties, I just don't see where the majority of the points are coming from. But maybe I'm just really wrong about that. Sorry, I'm humming Coldplay as always. Fofana, Rudiger or Holding? Fofana. Oscar, how's it going? Rudiger or Lingard? Rudiger. Greenwood or Salah captain? Salah. I'd probably go Greenwood and hope he plays minutes in every single game. But if you're worried about that, Salah, would you play Ward Prowse or Holt Ward Prowse for sure? That's what's so I like about FPL is like one question is Ward Prowse, like I really don't like him that much. Next question is like, oh, I definitely play Ward Prowse over Holding. Like it's just that's the way it is. Different context, right? Coleman or Holgate? Captain Rashford or Fernandes? 3 Fernandes out, Salah in. No. Crazy, but we'll do this anyway next week. Do it next week, I think. Kane, Cody to Calvert-Lewin and Trent -4 or Phillips for free. I mean, if you can just do Cody to Phillips, I quite like that. But the thing is, Trent is such a good option for the rest of the season. If you're happy to go without Kane, I quite like the hit, to be honest. Okay. And breathe. Cody to an Everton defender for -8. Don't think so, no. Fernandes out for Eze and Kane out for Benteke. Hell no. Hell no. That Liverpool game against Southampton is so enticing. I'm really confused between Bruno Salah captain, aren't you? Not really. I just see triple and that's it. I don't want to overthink this. Like, yes, Salah is going to get 2 starts, and yes, Bruno might only get 2 starts, but Bruno versus Villa and the potential for minutes in 2 more games, I'm just going to go with Fernandes, I think. The thing is, like, if someone else was on this stream right now with me and we were debating Salah versus Bruno, I wouldn't put up much of an argument for the person wanting to do Salah. I really wouldn't. That Southampton game is great, but then they have to play Man United, and you could say, well, Man United would be knackered, but I think they're going to rotate against Leicester. I think Shaw's going to be up against Salah, and I don't think it's going to be as easy as people think. Again, I still think Salah's a good captain this week, but when you say to me, am I not confused? Not at all. It's triple game week. We've not had one of these since 2009. I'm not giving up the chance to captain someone who potentially could get minutes in 3 games. That's it. Like, sometimes it's just like a heart decision over anything else. And I see Fernandes, he's playing for Man United. He's got 3 fixtures. Yes, he won't start in all of them probably. I'm going for it. Just going for it. If it doesn't go well, so be it. So, no, I'm not confused. Why is Cavani not a good option? Surely better than Maguire. I just think Maguire gets 2 starts for sure, maybe another one. I think Cavani might only get 1. That's it. If you want to go for Cavani, go for it. I also think there's lots of good strikers, not necessarily a massive amount of defenders I could put in. Maybe Luka Dean, maybe Castagna, but I've got Schmeichel in, so I'm not that worried. Who'd start from Bamford with a single or Target with a double? Probably Target. If Bamford had an easier fixture, maybe him. Godfrey, Holgate, Keane, safest pick for minutes. I think I saw an Everton fan recently say Godfrey. Because he's played like right back, he's played centre back. I couldn't have a look now. I don't think he's missed 1 game in Game Week 30. Otherwise, he's played like 10 or 11 of the last like 13 or something like that. Navida has again decide on the -8. Son, Kane, netted to Calvin and Zaha, Bruno. We'll get Kane back next week from -4. Good luck. I don't really mind it. A -8 and -4. It's a lot of hits, but it's all the extra fixtures, yeah. And you're navigating a blank and a double. I really don't mind it at all. Thoughts on my 3 hit team: Alisson, Godfrey, Trent, Castagna, Greenwood, Rashford, Bruno. Triple Man United attack, nice. Salah, Cavalo, and Vardy. And actually, love the stream, by the way, mad. Thank you very much. I'm enjoying it as well. I like it. If you're dead set on triple Man United attack, then defense looks good. You got me thinking now. Can I do Zaha to No, I don't want to get rid of Maguire. I can't. I've sold myself the Maguire dream a little bit like the Alonso one. The only difference is I'm not going to be stuck with Maguire next week. And Alonso didn't have a triple game week. But I've sold myself that dream. So I just can't back out now. I'd never forgive myself. If Maguire, I don't even care if Maguire starts once. If he scores, he loses his clean sheet, I'll be happy, I think. I mean, I won't, but I'm telling myself that now. In a nutshell, keep Rudiger game week 35 and take a -4 36 to anyone, or play Reguilon game week 35 and Cody 36 for free, thus replacing Rudiger instead of Cody. I'm so confused. Keep Rudiger for 35 and take a -4 and 36 to anybody, or play Reguilon 35 and Cody 36 for free. But why, if you're playing Reguilon and Cody and not having to play Rudiger, why do you need to get rid of Rudiger? I don't get the question, to be honest. Keep Rudiger. Keeping Rudiger for 35 seems fine. I don't get the rest of the question, I'll be honest with you. Maybe I'm just being stupid. Bring in Trent and Sigurdsson or Robertson and Greenwood. I think Robertson and Greenwood. Although Trent is so good. I just don't really like Sigurdsson that much. Vardy and Phillips or Watkins and Robertson. If this is for a free hit, I'd probably say Vardy and Phillips. If it's not, I'd probably say Watkins and Robertson. Bench Rudiger or Holding. Kane holding out for Calvin and Trent. Yeah, I think you already asked me that one. I said yes, I think. Triple captain this week on Bruno or Mane, no Salah. I mean, it depends. If you got massive rank to make up, Mane triple captain could be a massive differential. But otherwise, the triple captain chip in its own is pretty big. So just go Bruno, I think. Son, Harry Kane, Bamford, Jay Lings to Bruno, Cavalo and Antonio Zaha -8. I mean, you have Calvert and good fixture next week. Antonio good fixtures. Zaha fairly good fixture. You lose Son and Kane. If you're not going to captain Kane, then that could work out nicely. Son, Mount and Diaz. Son, Mount and Diaz for Bruno captain. The fact that you're going to captain Bruno, I would say probably yes. But again, Ward, Prowse and Keane as long-term options. I mean, Keane should be all right in 36, I guess, as long as he starts. Yeah, I mean, the fact that you're going to captain Bruno kind of negates the hit for me. Play 2 of Rudiger, Kane and Mitchell. Probably Rudiger and Kane, because I just don't think you can guarantee 2 transfers from Mitchell. Oh, there's not sufficient disk space. Okay, we might have to go and delete a video too. Play 2. Yeah, I've done that one. Big things. I think he's saying keep Rudiger and play Cody, or get rid of Cody and not play Rudiger. Keep Rudiger and play Cody, or get rid. No, because he's saying play Reguilon in 35. I don't get it. It says in a nutshell, but in a nutshell, I'm not getting it. Keep Rudiger, 35. Take it. I'm not. I don't get it. I don't get it. I'm sorry. I wish I did. Lacazette or Cavani? Cavani probably. Probably Cavani. Coleman, Holding, Phillips, Liverpool. Who'd start? Phillips. Lingard, Zaha for -4 to play Zaha instead of Nat. Phillips worth it? No, I don't think so. I mean, Phillips got a double, right? He's fit as well. Konza or Holding or Rudiger? Rudiger. Rudiger. I mean, I know it's Man City and Arsenal, but there's got to be a chance at 1 or 2 clean sheets there. Chelsea are just that good, aren't they? They're that damn good. Play 2, bench 2. I'd play Rudiger and not Mitchell. Rudiger and then Konza or Lingard. I just don't see Villa clean sheets at all. But then I'd probably play Konza, I think. Just not sure about Lingard this week. HB, thank you. I don't trust Zaha. To be honest, neither do I, but I want a free hit and he's got 2 really good fixtures. And to be fair, the guy's actually done all right this season. Like he's on 14 attacking returns. He's not done that bad. To be fair, like points per match. Where is Zaha? He's on 4.9. That's higher than Rashford, higher than Maddison, higher than Jota, higher than Foden, higher than Aubameyang, higher than Mane, higher than Pereira, higher than Rafinha, higher than Mount, higher than Ward-Prowse, higher than Harrison, Soucek, El Ghazi, Trossard, Bernardo Silva. Zaha's done all right this year. I get it, though. I get the non-trust, but he's done all right. Context, replacing Cody or Rudiger with a Man United defender. Okay. Okay, you need to take the -4 because then you'll have Rudiger. I think I would be tempted to. It's only costing you an extra -4. I'd be tempted to get the Man United defender for Cody and keep Rudiger. As long as I'm now understanding it right, I hope so. Yeah. Bruno and Cavalier or Son and Vardy considering Game Week 36. I mean, the fact that you said considering Game Week 36 means you're swaying towards the second one, but you potentially get a bunch of extra fixtures with the first one. So it depends on how many hits. Well, hang on. There is no consideration because you've got 2 players that blank in 36, so I would definitely go Bruno and Calvert-Lewin because Vardy blanks and Bruno blanks. So either way, you've got 1 blanking, right? Who has the best chance of 2 games, Holding or Rudiger? Rudiger, I think. I think the thing with Holding it, I'm not sure if that's 100% accurate, but the thing with Arsenal is Luis might be back, right? He might be back, so that's one thing to consider. And if he is, will he start one of the games? I still think I'll go Rudiger. I think better defense, right? Me for Maguire -4, I'd be tempted, yeah. The fact that someone asked a question about Zaha in the press conference suggests they might know something, or it's because Hodgson mentioned the groin stuff last game. Start Forster or Mendy, tough call. I mean, for me, that ain't tough at all. I think you start the guy playing for one of the best defences in the league, and that is not Forster. What's worse, Bruno blank 3 times or enter line of duty? I wasn't a big. I don't want to say too much about line of duty because it's still quite recent and people might not have seen it, but probably not Bruno. Ryan, thank you very much. Cristiano, Johnston, Veltman, Jota, Rafinha, and Kane out. 5 players out. Guaita, Phillips, Zaha, Rashford, Calvert -12. Bench boost chip. Kane and Smith Rowe in for Rashford and Nacho -4. I mean, if you have to play Smith Rowe every week, I'm not sure about that. But otherwise, I quite like that. Johnston, Veltman. Jota might not play twice. Rafinha. I mean, Rafinha's a good option, though, going forward, I guess. If you're going to get Kane back for a bench boost for Guaita, Phillips, Zaha, Rashford, Calvert, I think that could work. I honestly do. I'd be tempted. Habs, yeah. Sorry, I'm not trying to I'm not trying to. I just don't understand it, so I'll just give it. I couldn't get my head around it. It's the problem with. I know there's only limited characters, obviously, with the thing, with the messages. So at least we got there, right? Yeah, make sure you give the stream a like if you're enjoying it. There's over 5,000 people watching. Hit that like button. Hit subscribe. Hit subscribe. We're way past 150k now. We're going for 150 million. Godfrey Azpilicueta, thinking Chelsea fixtures are tough, plus Everton play Sheffield United next week and need the extra slot in 36. Boom, you need the extra slot, go for Godfrey. Happy days. When Man United have a triple game week, I'm not sure what that's referring to. They have a double-ish game. They have a triple-ish game week, I would say. Guaita or any other keeper. For what, though? Like, on a free hit, Guaita's okay, I think. But I've gone for Schmeichel. I just think Leicester defence, I'm backing that. How many blank players do I have in 36? 2. I have Vardy and Iheanacho, and Vardy will be sold. I am very tempted. I don't know. The thing is, Rafinha's back in training now, so I don't really need to offload him. So I only really need to make a striker move. The realistic choice is Bamford or Antonio, but I'm so tempted to go from Vardy to Aguero for 1 week and just see what happens. It's Newcastle. We all remember game week 8. I'm going to see what Pep says. But something else might happen. But yeah, I'm going to bench Iheanacho and sell Vardy. That is my plan for 36. Obviously, part of the, like, I know some people have obviously got a really good team without a free hit, but part of the free hit is then also not worrying about 36 and already planning for that, right? Last one, Fofana or Rudiger. I think I'd say Fofana and just hope he doesn't come off before 60. Pulisic or Havertz, Chelsea will beat City. Mark this. Only from what Gianni said on the Fantasy Football Scout video earlier, I'm going to say Pulisic. Bamford, Dallas, and Son out for Trent, Calvert, and Ogazi from -8. I don't really know about Ogazi long term. That's all I would say. But I know you probably need the money to fund it. To get Trent as well. Can you do? No, you can't do the move without Son to Ogazi. Ogazi could lose his place once Grealish is back. That's all I would say. Otherwise, I don't mind those moves at all. Evans, Castagna, Luka Dean, or Phillips. Choose one. Castagna. Mane and Castagna or Vardy and Robbo. Free hit, can't afford Schmeichel. Mane and Castagna or Vardy, Robbo. I mean, it's Robertson and Vardy, I think. But I would say that because I've got them, wouldn't I? I think my voice is going, by the way. Martins or Forster, Martinez. Definitely going to play twice, etc. Hang on a sec. Excuse me, what? Yeah, Grow 38 could be an option too, but I've got a transfer in 36 to use for Vardy, and I'm tempted. And maybe then even to get rid of him in 37. I don't know. I'll see. Stephen, how's it going? I've got no United players, but 2 free transfers. Son and Gundogan to Zaha and Greenwood, or Kane and Lingard to Watkins and Fernandes. Unless you really want to captain Fernandes, I think I prefer the first one, Stephen, to be honest. Yeah, I think I prefer the first one. Already on -4, Lingard to Greenwood for a hit. Again, I don't mind that at all. No, as long as it doesn't really hurt you too much for 36. Like I'm all for taking hits, but if you're just going to reverse a transfer, it's going to cost you -8. It's a bit different. I think some people that are kind of restructuring or taking out dud players and then just to bring a couple back, I think that's more feasible. What's the chances Wan-Bissaka plays all 3? I mean, he's got one of the highest chances out of all the players, but I think banking on any of them to start 3 times, it's just probably not going to happen. Am I not worried about Son or Kane? Not really. I've got a team full of double game week players. If Son and Kane go mad, so be it. You know, I'll have them both back next week. Will Fernandes be over 200% effective ownership? I don't think so. I don't think there's enough free hits left, but he'll probably be close. I think Salah, Iheanacho, Fernandes will all be over 100%, and I think a lot of the players might get close. A lot of the popular ones. Rashford, Guaita, or Greenwood, Schmeichel. I'd probably say Greenwood and Schmeichel, but again, I've got them. I think Rashford is like almost certain to play Villa, which is nice. I think I'd go Greenwood, Schmeichel. You're going to have a mare with a Man United Liverpool game as your midfielders directly against your defenders. Sure, but they also have another game each. Or maybe 2 other games. At the end of the day, like I always say, you just pick the best player, right? So I'm looking at my defence. Do I prefer Robertson and Trent, or do I prefer Luka, Dean and Castagna? I prefer Robertson and Trent. Then I go to the attack. Do I want Greenwood and Fernandes, or do I want Maddison, Mount? I want Greenwood and Fernandes, and that's it. It doesn't matter that they play each other, to me. So be it. You just hope for the best at that point. Adrian, thank you very much. Eric, Maguire, Castagna, Maguire. I mean, obviously, a lot of these questions, I've kind of answered it. I would have to go Henderson and Castagna, but that's possible. I prefer Schmeichel and Maguire, I think. You give a special shout out to the -8 point hitters. -8's nothing. I've seen people doing -12s, -16s. Come on, get those hits out. Maguire captain over Bruno as a punt. I mean, it's exactly that. It's a punt. If you want to, like, it's one of those things. It's magic if it pays off, but it's not 100% guaranteed. Because I think Bruno will get 2 starts. Somebody can wait. My team can play 5-a-side practice matchup between red and blue. I only have 4 players from 4 different teams. Yeah, but it's always going to be the same on a free hit and a double. You're going to get drawn to the best teams with the best fixtures. Like for me, I've only got 1, 2. Yeah, I've got 5 as well. Liverpool, Man United, Leicester, Everton, Palace. That's it. 5 teams. Got player tonight. No one in Leeds, Spurs. Then hopefully Zaha tomorrow. No one in Man City, Chelsea. Then 3 in the Liverpool game. Got plenty of players to come. It should be. Someone asked me earlier if I'm going to be doing a watch long. I don't know. I'm definitely 100% doing one for Game Week 38 for all the games on at once. I'll be watching one of the games and also tracking it all. I've got a new UI that hopefully should be up and running for that, which is going to be great. So I'm definitely doing one. This week I don't know because I'm already looking at the fixtures. I preferably want to do it when I got a lot of players. Maybe Villa Man United. I might do a Man United game for once. Yeah, we'll see. Overall 203. Craig, very nice. Is Kane to Calvert-Lewin for -4 worth it? I don't think so if you're just going to reverse it straight away. But Calvert-Lewin does have Sheffield United next week, so you don't necessarily have to. I think if you're gonna go all the way and just keep Calvert-Lewin for next week, then I think it could be worth it. If you're just going to reverse it straight away for another -4, I don't particularly like it then. As for the question of Vidra to Jay Lings to Calvert-Lewin, Keane, Smith Rowe, -4 on bench boost. Because it's bench boost, possibly. Also, you're kind of restructuring your team a bit by getting Smith Rowe in there. It gives you more money to spend elsewhere for the rest of the season. Not the worst move. Is Havertz, Maddison to Greenwood for a -4 worth it? Havertz to Greenwood could be because Greenwood's going to get 2 starts. Havertz might only get 1. I think Maddison starts twice though. Maybe Havertz to Greenwood for a -4. Cavani for captain since don't have a second striker. But I mean Greenwood and Rashford could play up front. Cavani's not going to play 3 games. I don't even think he'll play 2 to be honest. Start Mitchell over Lingard or Holding. No, I don't. I'd maybe start him over Holding and just hope that he plays twice. Because Holding's not necessarily going to play twice, and Mitchell's got better fixtures. Excuse me, my voice is going. It's absolutely going. 4-4-2 free hit. Trent, Maguire, Luka Dean, Castagna. Good. Sounds good to me. I think 4 at the back is fine. I almost went 4 at the back, but I'm just going to go with Zaha now. Bench 1, Saka, Kane, Jota, Watkins, Iheanacho, Maddison. Well, not Iheanacho, not Watkins, not Maddison. So it's got to be between Saka, Kane and Jota. I'd probably bench Saka. Why Schmeichel over Guaita? Better defence. I think the Newcastle game's good for a clean sheet and then hope for something against Man United. Guaita could get double clean sheets. I know. The Guaita one's hard because Crystal Palace defence... oh, it's gone. It's absolutely gone. Crystal Palace defence is really bad, but then Southampton and Sheffield United attack are really bad. So I'm just going to back the better defence. That's all. That's all there is to it. I don't think there's much in it, to be honest. Top 3 Captaincy punts. A Man United player that's not Fernandes. Mane. Vardy. I think they're all options. I think they're punts that are punts because no one else is going for them, but also not just like crazy punts. Zaha. Maybe. Richarlison's differential. Yeah, don't mind it. I think Calvert-Lewin's the better option, but yeah, if you wanted to back Everton and not Calvert-Lewin. Are there any single game players worth playing in this free hit? I mean, maybe Spurs players, but the problem with Spurs players is they're so expensive. So it's just hard to fit them in. Like, if I had to try and fit Bale in, I'd probably have to downgrade one of Vardy, Salah, or Fernandes. It's just, to me, it's just not worth it. So no, I'm not looking at I'm not looking at single game players at all. To be completely honest with you, Mane and Shaw versus Greenwood and Robertson. Yeah, I think I kind of answered this already. I mean, Mane and Shaw. Okay, Mane and Shaw is where the cool people would play. Shaw's way more. Well, Shaw's not way more attacking, but he's attacking. Mane's a big differential. I'd probably go Greenwood and Robertson. I'm not cool. My free hit team's pretty much locked. Yeah. I think I could go back and forward over Schmeichel and Guaita over and over again and not be happy with it. So I'm just going to stick. I think. I really wish Hodgson had come out and literally said, "Oh yeah, Zaha. Yeah, I know he's definitely fit." He didn't, but I'm just gonna go for it and then hope for the best. No free hit, but I have Bruno Maguire. 7 are playing double. I have a bench boost. Ket, Lloris, Son, and Keynes are hoping for differential points. Nice. Bench boost is going to be differential this week for sure. Would you do minus 16 if you had bench boost? Again, depends what players I was swapping. I mean, minus 16 kind of negates most of the positives of the bench boost, but I wouldn't completely rule it out. It depends what you're doing, all right? Play Holden or Kane? Kane. It's got to be Kane. Got to be Harry. I think. I doubt Leicester will keep a clean sheet. Fair enough. Don't buy Leicester defenders then. I think Newcastle's a good game for it. Man United could be tight maybe. Sell Konza with Mitchell 36 or Rudiger with Holden 35. I'd probably... I mean, Konza's probably better in 36, but I'd rather have Rudiger, I think, to be honest. And Casa, want to start Mendy, but if I take a risk to start Meslier? I would start Mendy. Double game week, happy days. Double game week for one of the best defences in the league. Job done. Why are you keeping Maguire after Ollie's comments? Well, what did Ollie say? What did Ollie say that should put me off? That would be my question. He's not injured. Could still start 3 times. Potentially. Now the old king is dead. Long live the king. Best long-term City asset. I mean, it could be one of the big boys that play the Champions League, like Mahrez. They could get minutes over the next 3. Next week, if I do Vardy to Antonio, I've got a lot of money to potentially upgrade one of my midfielders. And I'm tempted by Lingard to Bale, but I'm also tempted by Lingard to Mahrez, something like that. Your boy Kim, is your caps lock broken? Always do the caps. Luka Dean and Maguire for 35 and 36. I mean, well, Maguire for 35 and Luka Dean for 36. Zaha or Greenwood? I'm not backing Chelsea midfielders because I just don't think they're better than the ones I've got. Whether hit to take Jota out for Zaha, I'm not sure about that one, to be honest. I'd probably just keep Jota. Start one of Sofal, Cody or Dallas. Have Kane and Cavalier and Stein. Cody. Zaha or Greenwood? Zaha or Greenwood? Greenwood. We only have 9 for 36. Probably Zaha then, if you're not going to take the hits or anything. He said Maguire might not be able to keep his record of playing every minute. Exactly. Yeah, so why would that mean I take Maguire out? Need a Holden replacement that starts 36. Nothing in the bank. Mitchell. I mean, you're looking really cheap. He's not guaranteed to start. Holden replacement's guaranteed to play in 36 for 4.2 million. I mean, if you got him for 4.3 million, you could go Alioski for Leeds, but you're scraping the barrel, to be honest with you. He didn't say he's not playing all 3 fixtures. That's not what he said. Martinez or Pope? Martinez. Is Zaha nailed on? He is if he's fit, yeah. Son, Lingard, Vardy and Cody for Fernandes, Calvin, Zaha and Ward. If you're going to captain Fernandes, then I might do it. Yeah, I might do it. I'm looking. I'm trying to find a defender now. I don't think there's many. I really don't think there's that many for that price. Yeah, I got. Well, there's Phillips. Phillips for Liverpool. I mean, he would be really good, to be honest. If you've got 4.3, you've got Ward at Crystal Palace. If you've only got 4.2, you're honestly, there ain't many options. I'd probably just go Phillips at Liverpool. He's holding nailed on. If Louise is fit, maybe. Bench 2, Son, Kane, Lingard, Smith Rowe, Phillips. Bench 2 of them. Probably Smith Rowe, just in case he doesn't get 2 games. And Lingard, I think. Are you worried if a defender misses it, you'd only be getting Mitchell? I mean, if Trent, Robertson, or Maguire don't play at least 1 game, then whatever, so be it, you know. There's not really something you can... there's no injuries according to Klopp or Solskjaer for those players. It should be fine. Are you going to do an end of the season preview for those of us that still have a wild card left? What? I don't get that. What's that got to do with the end of the season? What do you mean for the rest of the season? Am I going to do a wild card video? I don't know. Probably not, to be honest. Opinion on Shaw captain. Think he'll play 3 games? No, pretty much don't think any of them will start 3 games. I think Maguire and Wan-Bissaka and Henderson for defence are probably the best bets, and then Fernandes is probably the best bet. But chances are none of them do. Can you use your wild card if you want? Yeah. Jota or Zaha? Zaha. Did Solskjaer say he's going to probably have to rest Maguire? I don't think he said it in those terms. No. He said. Hang on, let me find it. Seb, how is it going over the next 2 weeks? Zaha and 4 points, or Bruno 3 fixtures versus 3? Zaha plus 4 points, or Bruno 3 fixtures versus 3? Oh, because you wouldn't have Bruno next week. To be honest, I don't think Bruno starts 3, so Zaha could outscore him. I don't know how much money I'd want to put on that, though, to be honest. Barry, how's it going? You're doing good with Salah, Trent, Greenwood, Maguire, or Zaha for captain. I'm going Greenwood just because I would want to captain a Man United player, but Salah, if not, to be honest. I'm trying to find that Maguire quote a second. This is what he said about Maguire. Yeah, so he said Harry Maguire's played every minute for us in the Premier League. I don't think that's possible now. So, but that's what he said. I don't think it's possible to play every minute. He didn't say it's not possible to start every game. Again, massively clutching at straws. Chances are he just plays twice. But that is what he said. There's a subtle difference between saying he's not going to start 3 times, he's not going to play every minute. I'm not going to read the rest. It's too much. It's too much right now. Bench boost. Oh yeah, I did that one. Opinions on Shaw captain. Think of play. No. Bench boost with Forster, Konza, Smith Rowe, and Rudiger. No other week to play it. I mean, you go and check on Live FPL if there's a better option with the transfer planner, but that seems like a fine bench boost to me. Sigurdsson and Reguilon, or Robertson and Saka, Smith Rowe. Probably Robertson, I think. The Robertson one. Who would you recommend for replacement for Neto under 5.8 for a double game? Ward-Prowse, El Ghazi, probably Ward-Prowse. Maddison and Ward-Prowse, or Zaha and Ward-Prowse. Zaha. As in Zara and 4 points, or Bruno. It is okay, it's 3 fixtures versus 3. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, sorry. I'm just an idiot today. I'm just an idiot. Tempted to captain Salah, so seeing if I do that is even worth bringing Bruno back in. Possibly not. I mean, the thing is, it is 3 potential. The thing is, if Zaha's fit, he is going to get 3 fixtures. With Fernandes, it could be 2 plus a few minutes. It could just be 2. I don't think it's possible means it is possible, but unlikely. I know what he means. My point is, he didn't say he's not going to start 3 times. He said he can't play every minute. He's played literally 90 minutes in every league game. It could be like 90, 60, 90. Because he mentioned the record about playing every minute. And by the way, this is not me saying he's definitely going to start 3 times. I'm just saying there is a difference. Like everyone was like, oh, well, he said Maguire's not going to start 3 times. He didn't say that. That's not what he said. Start Wood or Lingard. I can't even remember who Burnley are playing. Oh, Fulham, isn't it? Excuse me. Sorry. I'm gonna say J to the Lings. Rashford and Bruno and Greenwood is too much. No Man United defenders. I don't think so. I mean, it's like I've got 2 attackers. It's just one attacker versus one defender. I don't think it's too much necessary. It depends how you want to play it, right? Shaw was taken off at halftime and is cheaper. Surely he's the best option. I wouldn't read too much into the rest last night. If anything, that tells me that they need more rest. I wouldn't let last night change my mind too much on players, to be honest. The only thing for me it changes is that Rashford's definitely going to start Villa. Outside of that, I still think 2 starts for most players. There's no way Shaw plays the next 3. No way he starts the next 3 games, in my opinion. By Zaha and Lindelof or Greenwood and Crystal Palace defender for a hit. Also, Zaha and Lindelof, I think. Son, Bamford and Dallas out for Trent, Calvert-Lewin and Ghazi. I don't rate El Ghazi that much of an option. Like, if he starts both games, he could be great, but I just don't know if there's a massively high chance of that happening. Or keep Son and do Bamford and Dallas out for Watkins and Nat Phillips. I think I prefer the second one, to be honest. Although Bamford and Dallas both have great fixtures next week, but I do prefer that one, I think. 288 overall rank, very nicely done. That is massive. 3 triple digits, the dream. Can I get back to triple digits from 3k with this free hit team? Probably not, but fingers crossed. After seeing how shocking Alex Telles is, I wouldn't be surprised if Shaw starts all 3. It's not about how good they are. It's just the physical impossibility of playing 3 starts. That's all it is. It's nothing to do. Like, obviously, Solskjaer would happily play his first 11 in every single game if he could, but players can't do that. It's 1 day rest. There's no, I'll bet money that Shaw doesn't start 3 games. I'll bet money. There's gonna have to be rotation in one of the games. It's gonna be Leicester, in my opinion, and it's gonna be Mass. We're gonna see a really changed Man United team. Matt is gonna start, I think. Van der Beek's gonna start, but he can't play safe. You don't want to risk. He's got a European final to come. He doesn't want to risk getting Shaw injured. In my opinion, I could be wrong. You all could be right, but I think you've got to forget about what's a good team and what's good for the players. Do you know what I mean? The thing is, a lot of this also comes down to how the games go, right? If we're 3 or 4-0 up against Villa with 50 or 60 minutes gone, then yeah, of course, players are going to come off early. That helps them out for the next 2 games. But if it's 1-1 or just 1-0, those players stay on longer, don't they? And then they've got less minutes to then spare for the other games. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff to think about. But I don't think they're playing 3 times, in my opinion. And it's nothing to do with how bad or good Telles is at all. Also, with that game, Roma were chasing, so they were going full on attack. Will Leicester do that? Maybe, but not quite to the same extent, possibly. Because it's a league game, not a knockout game. Anyway, there you go. That's my thoughts on it. Son, Kane, and Diaz for Bruno, captain. Yeah, again, if you're going to captain Bruno, I like it. 10 points behind mid-league leader who'll play wildcard. Is Fabry, Azpilicueta, Sigurdsson, Bamford to Schmeichel, Mitchell, Greenwood, Calvert-Lewin worth a -12. I mean, you're taking out a goalkeeper that doesn't play. Azpi might only play 1 game. Sigurdsson, I'm not so sure about. Bamford's got good fixtures coming up, but Calvert-Lewin I like. Schmeichel, Mitchell sounds quite good. I don't know if you need to do Sigurdsson to Greenwood, really. Will I ever do the official FPL podcast? FPL show? Maybe watch this space before the end of the season, perhaps. Holding Mitchell Dallas, play 1. I'm going to say Mitchell, just because of the fixtures. Spoonhead, struggling to prep for next game week. Right now, I have Kane and someone, no Salah. Half team out next week, but I need to fund Salah somehow. What's your game week 36 plan? I mean, mine's easy because I've got the free hit. I just take out Vardy for 1 striker. I benching and actually I've got 11 players. Would you? Yeah, but if you're half of your team's out, then you've obviously got players from Leicester, from Man United. Could you not just spend a few transfers next week to sort that out? Paish, thank you very much. Put your players in price order. I don't have time for that rubbish. I mean, I could put them in some kind of, actually I don't know. They're actually quite spaced out quite nicely. I guess Greenwood and Fernandes in the middle would be good, potentially. Why would Ollie not rotate for the Villa game though? More because, right? It's not. I agree, right? If there was the same amount of rest time between each of the games, or if it was Leicester, then Villa, then Liverpool, then yes, then Villa makes sense, right? You're right. It's the easiest game. It's the best time to rotate your side. Leicester are competing for second place. Liverpool obviously competing for top 4. You want to play your best game. But that is not all that goes into it. They have to make sure the players are not going to get injured before. All season, Man United have played Thursday Europa League, Sunday League game, Thursday Europa League. They've done that loads. So if it was Roma, then Villa, then Liverpool, that's absolutely fine. They've done that loads of times, but it's not. They've got Leicester in between with 1 day's rest. That is why I think they're going to rotate against Leicester. Again, I might be wrong, but I think it makes sense from a player protection point of view rather than a league and difficulty of game point of view. Right? If there's certain players that are like they're fit and the medical staff sign them up, then yeah, maybe they'll play all 3 of those games. But I just don't see it. It's not as easy as just saying Leicester and Liverpool are harder. They're just not in a good position congestion-wise. That's the only reason. Ollie confirmed Maguire won't play all 3 games. He didn't. I might just put the quote up on screen. He just said he probably won't be able to play all the minutes, which could mean just 2 starts. It probably will. Leno Martinez. I think for me, I just think Martinez is definitely going to start twice. Why is no one talking about Pogba? I just think Greenwood, Rashford and Fernandes are all better options in midfield. Simple as that. I mean, Pogba's been playing great. I'm just not so sure from an FPL point of view that he's been like amazing. Do keep hitting that like button if you haven't already. We're almost at 1,000 likes. We're on 700 and something. Hit that like button. Hit subscribe for new around here as well. We're doing this every week for the rest of the season as well, of course. And then all of next season, and the season after that, and the season after that. Semedo so far with Dallas to play this week. Semedo against Brighton, probably. Semedo, yeah. Rudiger from Maguire -4. Already have many and don't want double defence, but is it worth -4 after Solskjaer's words? I'd probably just keep Rudiger, to be honest. Start one, ban for Cody. But if you really don't want double defence, then sure, go for Maguire. Depends how much money you got to spend, right? Coleman, Godfrey, and Zaha or Luka Dean now got Zaha, I think. I just don't, again, Agazi, not sure about him. If you think Maguire will play twice, because I think he'll definitely play twice and there's a chance for a 3rd game. And to be honest, you're right. If they get equal minutes, Shaw and Maguire, Shaw's the better pick. But I just want to go for Maguire. That's it. You don't have to follow. Go for Shaw if you want to. He's cheaper as well. Kane, Son, Mount, Lingard out for Benteke, Salah, Fernandes and Eze. I mean, getting Benteke and Eze in your team from -12, I'm not so sure about that, to be honest. I'm not sure I can get behind it. I get the getting Salah and Fernandes, fair enough, but Eze and Benteke could do all right, but I just think both of them in your team for the long run then doesn't sound perfect, really. Trent, Maguire, Cavalier in for Kane, Rudiger, Cody. Yeah, I quite like that, yeah. Captain Greenwood over Bruno, have both. If you want to, yeah. I've got both from Captain and Bruno, but if you want to go for it. Is Maguire worth a -4 over Lindelof? No, I don't think so. Lindelof got benched last night. I think Lindelof will play Villa and Liverpool, and then Bailly will play Leicester, and then who knows who will accompany him. Will it be Maguire? Will it be Tuanzebe? Who knows? Azpilicueta 2 hard games, or Miva Azpilicueta, I think. Just hope that he plays twice. I mean, yes, Chelsea got harder games, but they're also a much better defence. What do you make of the influx of Ben? I really don't think Benteke is a bad option. Like, I'm looking at my strikers. If I wasn't going to go for one of these, I probably would look at Watkins, but Benteke would be right up there, I think. He didn't answer my super chat. Bamford, Reguilon, or Cody. Okay, apologies. Oh yeah, start one. Bamford, Cody, or Reguilon. Bamford, I think. Greenwood or Rashford captain. I'm gonna say Rashford. I think they'll get similar minutes, but Rashford will definitely get Villa, and that's what would sway it for me. But there's no guarantee of that, and Greenwood has been shooting a lot more. I just don't know how certain I am of Greenwood starting Villa. So I'd probably go Rashford because it's captain, but it could backfire. Ollie did say he's going to rotate a lot, including Maguire. I don't want to get into a debate about how the wording was. All I'm saying is he didn't say he was definitely not going to start Maguire in all 3 games. That's all I'm saying. He didn't specifically say that. That's it. Yes, he might only play 2 games. Yeah, you're right. I'm not. I'm not. I'm not. I'm not disagreeing with that at all. Sorry, yeah, I've lost where I am. I've lost where I am. As for the credit to Man United defender from -4, I don't know if I'll do that, to be honest. I think Fernandes will be rotated with Pogba. Pogba doesn't really play 10 for us that often. Yeah, that's another thing. Yeah, Shaw might get... If Shaw gets 3 games, how many times is he going to go past 60 minutes? Would be funny if he started all 3 games, but Solskjaer took him off before 60. Yeah, and if he does, he does. You know, there is a chance of that for any of the defenders, I think. The thing is, I don't agree with this. That there's a lack of quality. Like, you say there's a lack of quality replacements for sure. Who are the replacements that we're replacing Maguire with? Right? I mean, Maguire has literally played every single minute of every single league game since he joined Man United. Now, you might say that Chukwueze can stand in, Bailly can stand in, but there's obviously not a trust there from the Man United coaching staff for that to happen. At some point, Maguire could have had a rest. So, while they, Chukwueze and Bailly might be fine to come in, and they could, I don't think they are massively better than Tellez for sure. So I don't know. I just don't agree with that. But again, for the same minutes, Shaw is better than Maguire. Just to as long as they get the same minutes as in like the starts, and they both get over 60. Best goalie for now to the end. Already have Martinez. Probably Pickford. I think he's got a double. Got a good game next week. An okay one in 37. A bad one in 38. I can't remember who I said on the stream the other day. Was it Pickford? Meslier if you don't want a doubler. I mean, if you're going to play Martinez, you could just get Meslier for the rest of the season after this week. Get Ollie on the phone. That would be great. -16 for Nat Phillips, Guaita, Ward, Fernandes, Watkins, out, Burn, Stroick. Oh, I mean, Forster, Burn, and Stroick aren't that great. Kane and Lingard obviously pretty decent, but that's, again, I quite like it. I mean, I don't know about double Palace defence, though, for -16. That's something that would put me off. But I think finding some funds to replace Burn, Stroick, and Forster potentially is pretty good. Although Forster could start twice. Burn and Stroick, though, yeah. Play Bamford or Lingard. Lingard, I think, just because of the fixture. Chris, thank you. Nineb, Luca Dean or Watkins. God, you're in a position where you get to bench Dean, though. Mental. Kane and Sons, Cavalier and Salah from -8. Maybe if you're going to captain Salah. I think overall that probably will be worth it this week, and they have good fixtures next week as well. So yeah, I think Cavalier and Salah will probably outscore over the next 2 weeks an 8-point. Just depends whether you want Kane and Son back, That is all. Now I got cold feet on Aubameyang. I need to guarantee that he's going to play against West Brom, and I don't think I can do that. Guaita or Pickford, free hit Guaita for me. Guaita, yeah. For Man United, second spot is done in the Premier League, so they have no reason to play Fernandes and Maguire, who are critical players in these last matches. But they are going to play them. They're not just going to keep resting them, You got to keep these players ticking over. Like, match fitness is a thing, right? Play Rudiger or Lingard this week. I'd probably play Rudiger just about. Hope he gets that second start. I'm not feeling stressed at all, Nathan. No, I mean, probably way less stressed than you, being 19th in the world. Of the free hits, I'm actually quite comfortable with it. I'm a little bit worried about Zaha, and if I get news later that he's actually not quite fit or something, that will be a killer. But otherwise, I think the team's fine. Okay, look, Guaita over Schmeichel could be a thing. I know not everyone's happy with Maguire, but they're not big enough worries for me to stress about it. I just don't stress about this kind of thing, really. If I was torn really heavily between 2 players, it'd be a nightmare, but I'm just not. So I'm feeling pretty good about it, to be honest. I mean, this team's not that much different to the one that I put up as soon as the double was confirmed on Friday in the Patreon chat. Gav, good stuff. A few beers in your mini league, lovely. I've already got some preparation underway to get some beers in once the season's done before the Euro starts. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. This season, I know I've said this loads of times recently, but this season's been so mad. I mean, to be honest, it's been great from a channel point of view, because the more chaos, the more people obviously want to know about it and get thoughts and opinions. But I'm also quite looking forward to getting back to a regularish season next year, to be completely honest. So yeah, just in general, obviously, but the football as well would be nice. Oh my god, I yawn. I'm so sorry. Oh my god, sorry. Maguire and Zaha or Castagna and Greenwood? Castagna and Greenwood, I think. Play Son with what? Because then you get Leicester Man United instead of Man United Palace. Play Son with one game, or Konza Keane with two. I'd probably play one of the defenders. Keane probably. Is it worth taking a hit? Is it worth taking a hit to get in Maguire for us? Quite out. I don't think it is. I mean, it all comes down to whether Azpilicueta is going to start twice, which is not a guarantee, but I think he will start Man City, and then you just hope that he starts Arsenal as well. And then it kind of negates the -4 if he does start both. I don't think so, but I can see why you'd want to do it. Man United defender or Ward-Prowse for a punt. I'm going to say Man United defender. Holding going to start anywhere. Views on it. He might start against West Brom. I'm not sure about the second game. 5.3 for goalkeeper. Who's best? I'd probably go Pickford. Can you afford Pickford for that? I'm not sure how much he is. Because you got no blank. Some okay fixtures. I'm just having a look now. How much is Pickford? 4.8, yeah. Martinez, I think I just about prefer Pickford over Martinez. Vidra, Reece James, Calvin and Coleman can't afford Luka Dean. Yes, but can you afford Holgate instead? Is he more likely to start, possibly? Thoughts on Eze for Zaha worries? I'm not sure what you mean. Like, is he getting Eze in for Zaha? Like, no chance for me. Plus Aguero for 36, maybe, but I want to see what happens with Man City's minutes this week and what Pep says. I think there is a punt to play with Aguero. Whether or not it's in 36, I'm not 100% sure yet, but potentially it could be nice. Cody and Rudiger to Coleman and Nat Phillips. Cody and Rudiger to Coleman and Nat Phillips. Or Cody, Stones, Pope out for Trent, Fabry. Can you not do Cody and Stones, though, instead of Cody and Rudiger? I don't get that. I would do Cody and stuff. I would leave Pope. Or you want Trent, though? The -4 is quite good if you've got another goalkeeper, to be honest. I quite like that, yeah. I quite like the -4. Coleman or Dean, Luka Dean, Guaita, McCarthy or Areola. For this week only, well, actually, probably for the rest of the season, Guaita. Is Rashford a good option for Captaincy or Salah? I mean, I would go Rashford because I just want to go for Man United player in a triple game week, but realistically, he's probably going to get 2 starts, so I'd say Salah. Bench Veltman or Reguilon? That's tricky. I'd possibly bench Reguilon, just because I think Leeds could score. Veltman's playing Wolves. Captain Salah or Greenwood. Again, same thing. I would go for the Man United player because I've just got this dream or this hope of playing in 3 games, even if it's not 3 starts. But Salah's a great captain too. I probably would go for the Man United player, I think. Watkins and Lindelof or Benteke and Shaw Maguire. Watkins and Lindelof or Benteke and I think the Benteke one. Just go for the fixtures, I reckon. Benteke and Shaw and Maguire. So take Kane out for the week, Calvert-Lewin or Vardy. If it's for free, maybe. And probably Calvert-Lewin if you don't want to also get Kane back next week. Zaha or Calvert-Lewin for the next 2 games. It's Calvert-Lewin, I think. I think Everton's fixtures are quite good as well. I just don't think the teams Everton are playing are that good defensively. And then Sheffield United next week. I'm saying Calvert-Lewin. Why Shaw instead of Maguire? I'm not. I'm going Maguire. Maguire is captain when you have no chips. I don't know what the chips really have to do with it. I'm not completely against Captain Maguire, but I think an attacker is probably a little bit better. By the way, you've got 25 minutes until the deadline. Please do make sure to hit the like button if you haven't already and the subscribe button. But also, probably a little bit more importantly, do get your transfers locked in. Thoughts on finally parting with a triple captain and using it on Bruno? Oh, come on. I know we said when Kane last played in the double that would be the best time for a triple captain. There wouldn't maybe be more any better. Well, we said there would be doubles, but we wouldn't be sure about the fixtures. And to be fair, I still stand by that. I still think Kane was a better triple captain in the last double. If you are not using it on Fernandes in a triple game week potentially, or even Salah in the last double game week, I don't know what you're waiting for, honestly. There's going to be, unless there's something crazy that happens, and this has been a crazy season, there's going to be no more fixture rearrangements, no more double game weeks. This is it now. Get that triple captain used. Do I think Kabak is a sure start for both games? If he's fit, yes. Captain Salah, Rashford, Greenwood. I'd go Greenwood or Rashford. I think I said Rashford earlier because he's definitely going to start Villa, so I guess I'll have to stick with that. But Greenwood's tempting as well. Cavani to Benteke, Son to Bruno Fernandes, have Kane. Nice. Optional. Maddison to Greenwood for a -4. I'd probably just keep Maddison, I think. I like the other moves, though. Pickford or Guaita, already got Luka Dean. Guaita, I think. How are you not capitalising on the clean sheet potential of the amazing Palace double game week on a free hit? Like, I mean, I could get Guaita in, but is he really that much better than Schmeichel? I don't know if he is. Maybe. I agree, it could hurt, and if Guaita does get a clean sheet, maybe there's some bonus points to go with it. It could be like an 8 or a 9 before he even plays the second game, but I'm just going to bank on Leicester getting a clean sheet tonight. If I got Cavani in, who would I take out? Which Man United players would I take out? Then which striker would I take out? I just don't think it's worth it. I mean, it's not necessarily the last chance for a bench boost. I mean, bench boost, whenever your bench is good, you might have a better bench in a few weeks' time. You need to look on a transfer planner like Live FPL. Next week you have 8 players not playing. This is a free hit team. I've only got 2 next week not playing. Keep or sell Martinelli. I'd be tempted to play him. I hope he starts against West Brom. Happy days. Triple captain Maguire locked in. John, good luck. Start Mitchell so far. Ben White. I'd start Mitchell and hope he starts twice. If not, he's still got at least one good fixture. Cavani, ABU. Who's ABU? Trent as differential or Vardy, Bruno Castagna for play it safe. Cavani, ABU. I don't even know who that is. Who's ABU? Anyone but United. I don't know who that is. I don't know what you're talking about either. You're talking about captaincy. I mean, I think I would captain Bruno out of all them if that's the question. ABU. I can't work out who that is. I can't work out who that is. Akash, thank you very much. Les, I'm not. Triple captain Bruno, Salah or Cavani. I'd be going Bruno personally, but again, that's just me. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Could Shaw play all 3 games? I doubt it. I really doubt it. Oh, Aubameyang. Okay, yeah. ABU could be Aubameyang. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, it depends how differential you need or want to be. Personally, I prefer Bruno, but I mean, yeah, he could go with Aubameyang. I don't even know if he's going to start the West Brom game, though. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Aubameyang, you're right. I'm just not with it tonight. There's so much going on. I think listening to Oasis and Coldplay relaxes me for these. It's a bit boring though, being on a free hit and being so relaxed about it. I almost feel like I've got to be kind of like, oh come on, what do I need to do? I mean, I've got no money left. I've got no money left in the bank. Got 0.1 million. I think the subs are about as best as I can get. I mean, 4.4, to be honest, is, well, maybe for 4.4, maybe Joel Ward is better. Maybe that looks a bit better. Veltman, they don't have doubles. You need someone with a double. Call you wrong. I think I might go Joel Ward actually. I can't go for Phillips. I might go for Joel Ward. I just need someone that looks good, really, on the team. That's all. Does Joel Ward look good? Triple 58 points this season. Oh my god. 1 assist for Joel Ward. Could Klein come back? Could Klein come back in? Oh Jesus. Klein's no. Oh no, wait. Yeah, yes. He hasn't played for a while though. Joel Ward, ever reliable. There you go. There's a transfer. There's a deadline transfer. Ward in for Holden. What am I talking about? Is it worth doing Kane, Son, Veltman out for Salah, Cavalier, and a United defender? Again, I think yes. I think that you'll be up on points this week. It just depends whether you want Kane or Son back next week. Semedo to Wan-Bissaka for a -8. Still got a good 36. A -4 for Semedo to Wan-Bissaka. I'm going to say yeah. There you go. That's my last minute transfer. I guess I've got to put Ward ahead of Mitchell, right? Do I? It's not going to matter, is it? It's not going to matter. No, I didn't. I thought about using my free hit a couple of times, like 29, 33, but I think 29 would have been good. I would have been up quite a few points, like 30, possibly 40 points on the team that I would have chosen. But 33 just wasn't an option once this came around, to be honest. Maguire, Wan-Bissaka, Zaha, Cavalier, or Ward, Rashford, Oh, definitely the first one. By a long way, I would say. Zaha's going Cody to Joel Ward, got bench boost locked in. Yeah, I don't mind that, as long as it doesn't screw you over too much for future moves and stuff. I don't think I'd want to be playing Crystal Palace players too much, especially defenders. Veltman to Maguire or Son to Fernandes, no chips. I think Son to Fernandes has possibly got bigger upside. There we go. There we go. The music stopped as I said that. I know you can't hear it, but it was weird. Got in Michael Keane for Rob Holland. If he plays twice, then yeah, it could be a good decision. I still think there's a chance Everton can concede twice, but it is what it is. Neil on Scout has Michael Keane as starting, so looking pretty good. Will Zaha play? Hopefully, yeah. We haven't heard otherwise at this point. We're not going to hear anything more either. Watkins to Vardy, worth it? Probably not, because Watkins plays next week, Vardy doesn't. I don't think I'd use a transfer on that, to be honest. I'll see if there's anything that we haven't already answered. Today's going to be the day that they're going to throw it back to you. Zaha has a groin strain. I mean, that's not strictly true. I mean, he played the whole last game. Hodgson was asked about injured players. He didn't mention Zaha. If I find out that Zaha's injured, I will go mad, I think. I'll cry almost. But yeah, I don't think there's been any more news. Leno or Forza. Also, does Leno need replacing? I mean, there is a chance that either of them only play once. I mean, Leno is the one I would play. Bissaka or Maguire? I'm going to say Maguire. Johnson or Sanchez? Who are West Brom playing? The way I do about you now. Or Sanchez. Nathan, thank you very much. Why Schmeichel? Well, who else did I get? Would you use Zaha for a -8? I want a bench boost too. So it's -4. It depends who you're taking out. Possibly, yeah. Possibly. I did tweet a guy that said, "Can you let us know what was said in the embargo section?" He said, "We can't say," and I said, "Don't reply if he's fit," and he never replied. He did like my tweet though, so I'm hoping he's fine. Maybe it was about transfers or something. Fingers crossed. It will be annoying if Zaha's not playing, but I think I haven't heard otherwise, so I've just got to go for it. I think. If there had been the only doubt is what was said last game, but since then, nothing else. It's gonna be the day that we're gonna. I got the wrong words there, but you don't know because you can't hear. We should have somehow realised what we were gonna do. Sorry, I should be singing. Since Ollie confirmed Harry to be rested, he didn't. I'm not going through this again. That's not what happened. Solskjaer was just having a moan, as he should. Pulisic or Sigurdsson? I think Sigurdsson, is probably going to start twice. Again, Gianni, right, when I did the video with him earlier, he thinks Pulisic's going to start twice. I quite like that differential, to be honest. Oh, fancy. Oh, Kev. I think it's too late. I don't think I can do enough on fancy now. My team is better than yours with no free hit. Congratulations. Good luck this week. Oh no. Oh no. I've not thought about this at all. I've got Fernandes in though. I've got Pereira, Alonso, Aspilicueta. Oh my god, I need a wild card. I might just make a load of transfers. I've got Son and Kane. Oh, it's ugly. This is ugly. Alonso's just a load of rubbish. Son can come in for Cody. Okay. Leno in goal, not ideal. How many transfers do I have? 2. I'm gonna get Pickford. Pickford's in. And then I'm gonna Aspilicueta, I'm gonna swap to Robertson. Can I do that? Oh no, I'm just gonna get Harry Maguire. Sod it. I'm getting Harry Maguire, that's my 2 transfers. Then I've got Son Kane. Do I want to go a little bit different? I probably do. Calvert-Lewin, where are you, mate? Calvert-Lewin's in. I'm going to take loads of hits. And another Man United player. Which is going to be for... Sorry, I need to just figure this out. I got 9.6 million. Man United, where are you? Mason Greenwood. 6.5 million, is that it? Update team, -8. Job done. Oh yeah, that was nice and easy. I've got to play Greenwood though instead of who? Oh god, I didn't think this through. Now I've got to bench Lingard for Greenwood. Wait, what? Hang on, I'll be back with you in just a second. Oh yeah, there we go. Happy days. Captain Fernandes, vice captain Salah, which goes Salah, whatever. Update the team, confirm. There we go. -8. Happy days. Job done. No Kane. Goodbye. Okay. Rashford, Guaita, and Rudiger, or Vardy, Bruno, Rudiger. Vardy and Bruno, I think. Finally set on a -4. Kane, Neto to Calvin and Bruno captain. Kane to be back next week. Retain Son over getting Zaha. Nice. I have forgot about fantasy, but I've just done it. Rudiger to Maguire -4. Probably not. Leno to Dino. Dino. Who's Dino? It's a goalkeeper. I'm not getting any of this today. Nishan, thank you very much. Zaha, Guaita, Nat Phillips to Rodriguez. James Rodriguez. Oh, okay. So Zaha, Guaita, Nat Phillips in. Yeah, quite like it. If Zaha's fit, would I captain him? Nah, probably not. You could as a differential, but I just don't want to go that far. Calvert and Trent in for Kane and DS for -4. Again, quite like it as long as you don't want Kane straight back. Kane out to fund Fernandes and Maguire, and Calvert or Vardy out to fund Rashford and Maguire and Calvert. I think if you're happy to not have Kane, I like the first one. If you're not, then just do the Rashford one, I think. The Vardy one, sorry. Triple captain Fernandes for this game. If I had triple captain left, I wouldn't even have to think about it, honestly. Greenwood and Zaha or Rashford and Benteke. Greenwood and Zaha. Mitchell or Rudiger to start. Rudiger. Okay, so I sorted my team. We've got 11 minutes to go. Keep hitting that like button. Keep hitting that subscribe button if you haven't already. And yeah, we're getting close. Only 3 game weeks left after this. Only 3 game weeks left. Who cares? Who's Dean? Who is? Oh, Dean Henderson, of course. Oh my god. Do you know what? Leno to Dean Henderson, I quite like for a -4 because you maybe get 3 starts, But then you got no goalkeeper next week, so as long as that doesn't matter, I'll go for it. Oh no, we already know the Leicester team news. Sam's already given it out on Twitter. Yeah, Sam Martin on Twitter. He's already tweeted about it. It's basically the same team as last week, apart from Thomas is out and Pereira's in. So yeah, we're good on Leicester news. Marcus, thank you very much. I think very few, if any, of the Man United's play all 3 games. Yep, I will completely agree with that. But I've got to try on a free hit, you know? Just have to. Just have to. Go back for Cody. Yeah, not a bad move. Do I think Jota will play 2 of the next 3? I think there's a good chance, yeah. Do you think they'll move the Champions League final to the UK? I've got to be honest, I'm not sure. I've not read anything about that, to be honest. Possibly. Am I going to regret getting Schmeichel in for Guaita? This is the last minute panic now. We've got 9 minutes to go. I had Guaita straight from the start. I had him in, and it's only like today I've really thought about not having him. Like if Schmeichel doesn't get a clean sheet tonight, then I'm not panicking, but I'm like, I should have just gone for Guaita, shouldn't I? Yeah. Should I take a hit transferring Rashford for Maddison? Convince me not to. Maddison's going to start twice. I wouldn't do that, I don't think. Rudiger to Lindelof, worth it? Probably not. Instead of rolling the transfer, I just roll, I think. If I sub Son for Greenwood, I have no bench in 36. But if you've got 11 players, that's not too bad. Right? Start Jota over Son or Kane. Son, yeah. Oh, you're thinking of starting Son. Fair enough. I mean, Jota might only start once, but if he gets the Southampton game, then minutes in Man United, that could be decent. If you get Guaita, you have to take Ward out. I know, I'd just go to holding. I'd also have more money to spend on that position as well. I don't think I want to change at this point. But the other thing is, if Schmeichel gets a clean sheet tonight, I'm more than happy then, whatever happens after that. Yeah. Guaita's got 2. Guaita, could he get 2 clean sheets? I just don't trust Crystal Palace that much. I'm sticking with Schmeichel. This is the team. It's locked in. I'm happy with it. Fernandes captain, Salah vice. Maybe it should be Greenwood vice. Maybe I'll put Maguire vice captain. Fernandes is definitely going to start one of the games, right? Imagine if he didn't and Maguire becomes my captain. That would be embarrassing, actually, wouldn't it? But then Maguire could be great. No, I shouldn't mess around like that. Just in case Fernandes doesn't start. It'd be a nightmare. I let my 4-year-old pick my captain. She went Rashford. Nice choice. Keep Schmeichel. Just think if both don't get clean sheets, Schmeichel will make more saves. Yeah, especially in the Man United game, right? You'd hope. Well, there could be, like I said, could be mass rotation. One of the reasons I don't mind... The thing is, that's another reason I don't mind Schmeichel, because if Man United don't rotate, there's saves. If they do rotate, there's potential for a clean sheet. You talked about using stats more this season. What's the biggest thing you've learned this season in terms of using stats? I think a few things. One, you don't want to use too many. I mostly use expected data. And then when I use that, I don't think about form. When I pick this team, I've not thought about form at all, because form can start at any point. So you've just got to play the stats and the fixtures for me. Obviously, eye test and stuff comes into it as well, etc. However you want to play it, but yeah, I think that's it. Not used to use limited data, but I think the problem is if you use loads of different data points, you start using the ones you want to make your point. And obviously sometimes it doesn't work out. Lingard. But Calvert-Lewin at the start of the season was good. De Bruyne over Fernandes a while back was good. Vardy's not been great, to be fair. But you're not going to get everything right. Just like if I didn't use stats, you know. Best keeper to the end of the season got Mendy. Maybe Pickford, but if you've got Mendy, he's fine. Take a -4 not to have to play Rudiger or hold him. Probably not. But depends who you could. Like if you could get Trent, then yes. But if not, probably not. Rafinha to McTominay from -4. Want Rafinha? No. Not for me. Not McTominay. Cavani to Benteke. Rudiger to Robertson or Luka Dean. No Bruno Fernandes. Captain Salah. I don't mind that. I would definitely get Robertson over Luka Dean. Best 6.9 million forward. Probably. I mean, for this week, Watkins. From next week, probably Antonio or Bamford. Yeah, 5 minutes till the triple Game Week 5 deadline is over, and then I'm going to go and walk the dog, basically, because I've usually walked her by now. Yeah, I'm not scrambling. I'm feeling good. Bench Rudiger and start Kane. Yeah, I'd be tempted to do that, I think. I'm going in with no Man United players this week. Salah captain. I don't think it's that bad a move. I honestly don't. Son to Greenwood -4 for captain. Yes, if you're going to captain, definitely. Justin Zaha to Bale. What? Not convinced by Palace, but Zaha's got a double. You already had Zaha. You've gone to Bale. I mean, would you not have just done that next week? Good luck. Could pay off big. Bale's great. Kabak injured, not that we know of. Klopp didn't say anything. I saw that rumour too, but I don't know if it was legit. Didn't see anything from El Kloppo. We are nearly locked in. So close. Sorry, yeah. I don't know. I'm going delirious now. Rashford captain, go for it. Leave it. I'm captaining Salah. Good. Go for it. Go for it. Like if you want to do it, do it. XG isn't really useful beginning of the season. Do you know what I would say? All right, I was thinking about this over there. I actually think, if anything, it's more useful because what do you have to go on at the start of the season? Like XG for the previous seasons is one of the reasons I went for Calvert-Lewin right at the start of this season. Now, obviously, that's just one player. There's plenty of other players I've probably missed out on, but I think you got a whole season sample size. What more is there to go on? You go on the transfers that have been made. Will they change tactics, the fixtures, and a bit of stats from last year? I actually think they're really good for the start of the season. We'll see you next year, I guess. Son out for Rashford, -8. Son back next week. So -4 just to get him back. Probably not. Start Watkins or Kane, unless you're going to captain Rashford. Start Watkins or Kane. Watkins. How many streams have I done today? Oh, God knows. Who knows? We've got 3 minutes to the deadline. Greenwood or Salah for captaincy? I would go Greenwood. I would just hope for the extra minutes. But Salah's great too. Nice when I hit the likes on the way out. Exactly. I've got no specific info about Michael Keane, but on there's a really good team news section on Fantasy Football Scout, and Neil has Keane down as starting. What's the plan after the season ends? Probably a mini break and then a bit of Euros 2020, possibly fantasy. Ian, actually, captain, what have I done? To be honest, you've probably done what a lot of people would have done if Man United didn't get a triple game week, to be honest. I still think he's okay. Who to bench, Holden or Reguilon? Reguilon. Son or Lingard start. Which one should I bench? I'd bench I'd bench Lingard. There's not many, apart from obviously double game week players, there's not many players I would bench for Son, to be honest. So good. Predicted points. If I don't get 100 points this week, or whatever, I want a green arrow. I'd love to at least have my rank. I know that's ambitious because points are so tight at the top. I'd love to have my rank, or maybe get back into the top 1,000. Like, that would be really good. I'm just quickly checking it. Fernandes captain, Salah vice captain, boom. Smith Rowe, then Ward, then Mitchell. Fine. Forster, Schmeichel. Looking okay. Jota Mendy to Zaha pick for -8. I wouldn't do that. No, I don't think so. Jota could play twice. Mendy could play twice. Happy bloody days. What app do you use for Europe? There should be an official game. I don't think it's launched yet, but there's usually an official game for it. So I'll probably do a bit on that, I think. Are we actually locked? I did get the super chat. I got it. Jota Mendy, I wouldn't do it. I said it. I got it. I said it. We're not locked in yet, but it is 1 minute to go. Less than 1 minute. I'm feeling pretty good. I mean, like there's no point in stressing over it. Whatever happens from here happens, doesn't it? I've picked what I think is the strongest free hit team for my money. I'm sure a lot of free hits will look very similar, especially the front line, for example. You know, Fernandes, Greenwood, Salah is going to be in a lot of teams. That's it. We're locked in. My free hit is done. Free hit 35. There is no random. I know people are still waiting for me to go, aha, I've actually changed it. £1 million a month. Exactly. £1 million a month. Happy days. Yeah, that is it. It feels weird now. We're so close to the end of the season. I do like the break, I'll be honest. And I do like the idea of a fresh start, but it doesn't seem right that we're only this season's been so long. We're only 3 weeks away now. I need a big score this week. I'd love to have a 1 at the start, either triple digits or a 1 at the start of my rank. Like getting down 2,000 places would be massive. It's going to be difficult because even without the free hitters, so many people have got Fernandes, Salah, etc. So just got to hope that everybody bangs on this team starting tonight. Because last week when Leicester had Southampton on the Friday, I was like, great, there's going to be loads of points here. Nothing. So hopefully this week is different. You don't want to get off to a bad start. And it's obviously another drawn out long week as well. Like it's all the way till Thursday, which is Man United Liverpool. The last game of Man United's like hugely ridiculous long run of games. So yeah, I've got pretty much players every single day apart from Monday and apart from Wednesday. But look, all good. I will be back. When is it? Probably in the next hour or so. Now, I don't know when I'm going to do the knee jerk. I know the knee jerk didn't happen last week because of the boycott and stuff, and then obviously so much stuff happened with the triple game week. But I think next week I'll do one. I don't know if it'll be Sunday though. It might be Sunday. We could just do it on Sunday as normal and have a quick look ahead. Because I mean, all the games apart from Fulham, Burnley would have been done, and then it's just the double game week games left. So I might do Sunday. Otherwise, it's another Friday deadline next week when I may be getting Aguero in. We might get early team news. Imagine if I know that Aguero is starting. And then it's an early turnaround. Then it's a Tuesday deadline at 4:30. Game week 37 is 4:30 on a Tuesday. And then this day is going to be mental. There's going to be a long deadline stream on Sunday. There's going to be a watch along on Sunday for all the last games. That's going to be a big day, and I hope you come and join me for it. But for now, I don't know if I'm streaming any games this weekend. I'll see. I do want to get back to it. But thank you very much. Been appreciated as always. Thanks for all the super chats, the normal questions. Thanks for all the thoughts on the team. Please do give it a like if you haven't already. It does really help out the channel. If you've enjoyed the last 2 hours, if you've only been here for 5 minutes, just give it a like. Hit that subscribe button if you're new around here. Enjoy the weekend. I'm going to go and walk the dog, and I will see you on Sunday. Come on, free hit, please. By the time Sunday deadline, by the Sunday knee-jerk, I'll have had 11 players play. And I need to get a green arrow. A green arrow going into the rest of your players playing for the second time is happy days. We'll see what happens. Good night, good evening, whatever. I'm going to go walk the dog, then eat. I'll see you soon.